The irony of today is that we have more abundant information than any time in history. Just think of the internet. But the amount of useful information is extremely scarce. If you try to get reliable information about any particular topic, especially to help you in a series of problem-solving tasks, whether you're a creative artist, you're an academic, you're a journalist, or an electrician or a plumber, I think that useful information is extremely scarce. So the true promise of generative AI and AI more generally is to provide that type of information to human decision makers. However, I will argue that that's not where we're heading.
Nodality is a key tool of government. It's the capacity to exchange information, to disseminate information, and to receive information from the outside world. Now, nodality used to be something that governments had by virtue of being government. It was kind of assumed they had a monopoly on these things. If you needed to find something out, you went to a public organisation like a local council or a library, and government knew all about you. They were like a watchtower or a water mill at the centre of society and the economy. But as Chris has pointed out, well, both of you have pointed out, that is absolutely no longer the case. Governments hold far, far less about citizens than Google or any number, or well, no, a small number, sorry, of other big technology firms. Massively smaller amounts of information, and kind of increasingly smaller, and there's all sorts of data that is needed to use AI in a pro-human way that they can't get hold of.
If you ask anyone who's had a big influence on science and a great idea, you know, how did you get to this? They're bound to say just curiosity. Curiosity and luck are the two things that drive big discoveries. Could it be that when we all use the same information sources, expressed in the same way, we will lose this pool of new facts that we come across every day that could stimulate our curiosity? Isaac Newton famously said that he could see further ahead because he stood on broad shoulders. Is AI narrowing the shoulders on which we stand to see ahead?
There is a lot to be worried about, but there's also lots of things to be positive about. I mean, the possibilities for an improved public sector, better decision-making, better public services, increasing well-being, there is a lot to be positive about, but it's also the case that things like large language models have been released by companies almost without warning. They've been released into society. They've been developed with very distinct incentives, some of which relate to the kind of pursuit to be the first in the artificial general intelligence race. And we, as societies and governments, have got to learn to live with them. And that is going to be a really important task.